Hello and welcome to IS Primers. You're watching this topic with me, Shubhashish Singh Rehal, on hydrogen economy. Now, hydrogen is something not very new, hydrogen as a source of energy. But it is only recently that there is a lot of buzz on this term hydrogen economy. Now, let us see why this buzz is there. And this buzz is related to the issues with the renewable energy. I'll explain. See, there are various forms of renewable energy. We have this solar panels and wind, which is most common. There is also tidal energy. But if you see in these forms of energy, we are basically, you know, we are basically transforming of one form of energy into the other. So let's say we are using solar energy that is there, and we are converting this into electric energy. And likewise for wind. Now the thing is that it will work only when that source of supply is there. The sun has to be there for generating solar electricity. We will need the electricity during the night time, but during the night time the sun is not available. Or let's say the water geysers, so many buildings and hostels have those water geysers, solar based geysers. The intensity of the sun rays are the weak least during the winter months where it is required the most. So there is a problem, and this problem is primarily of storage. How to store the electricity that is generated by the renewable means. Then there is a concern over consistency. As I just said, the intensity of the sun rays or the winds may vary from day or by season to season. So there is this concern over there. Then the issue of portability. Just imagine if we were to drive a car that is based on solar, so directly using the solar electricity to run the car. It's not possible. It is not portable enough to generate the amount of electricity that is needed. And likewise, we cannot have a wind turbine on the car. It will look odd. So that is still not possible. Then the issue of versatility. So there is a lot of foundations when we use the solar, wind or tidal energy. We can use it in a particular way only. And lastly, the concern over transportation of this energy, electricity that is generated over long distances. Most of the times when you will hear of solar or wind energy, you will hear about off-grid solutions where electricity is produced in electricity supplied to a particular corridor only. So off-grid, off the grid. So these are certain concerns with the renewable energy, and it is believed that hydrogen can solve this. Yes, hydrogen. Hydrogen is basically made by splitting water. So by splitting water by means of electrolysis, we get hydrogen and oxygen. Let me balance this equation. So what if this electrolysis is the energy? So what if this electrolysis is done by this renewable form of energy, and we get hydrogen, clean hydrogen. We can call this clean hydrogen as green hydrogen. And green hydrogen ticks all the above options. It is a rich source of energy. It can be stored very easily. The energy, once the energy is provided from hydrogen, it will be consistent like petrol. It will provide a consistent source of energy as and when required. It provides the option of portability. It can be stored in the cars and we can drive easily. It can be refueled like CNG. So portability is there. There is versatility, something which is very unique to hydrogen. Hydrogen can be used by both cold combustion and hot combustion. Cold combustion means by use of basically fuel cells. So oxidation of hydrogen with oxygen, and we get water. So this is known as cold combustion. And if we directly burn hydrogen, that is normal combustion. And then transportation over long distances. We can use the pipelines that we have for natural gas. We can use the same pipelines to transfer hydrogen from long distances. So hydrogen maybe can be made in the ports where there is a lot of wind, so we can use the wind energy and ultimately give it to a city deep inside the country. So green hydrogen, because of this green hydrogen, there is this buzz on this term hydrogen economy. It's because of this, because it provides clean source of energy. So this is considered as the answer, or the golden thing when we talk about the renewable sector. Now, hydrogen economy. The hydrogen economy is an envisioned future in which hydrogen is used as a fuel for heat, hydrogen vehicles, energy storage, and for long distance transport of energy. So this is hydrogen economy. Now this is the fuel cell based car. If you are just interested, you can just take a screenshot. So there are cars that are made on the fuel cells, and Toyota company is a pioneer in the field of fuel cells, something which Elon Musk does not like. He's not in favor of the fuel cell based cars. Now, green hydrogen is very good. Green hydrogen is good, but there are still challenges in realizing the dream of hydrogen economy. And these challenges have been identified by a report that was commissioned by the government of Japan and the International Energy Agency, which is based out in Paris. So these two agencies, they studied the domain of green hydrogen, how we can have an hydrogen based economy which is clean, and they jotted down certain challenges. So we'll see them one by one here. So first thing is that producing hydrogen from low carbon energy is very costly. It is very costly. Presently it is being done by the use of fossil fuels. When we use fossil fuels, then it is known as blue hydrogen. So just for information. So it is quite expensive, but there is a silver lining where it says that the cost of this can come down by 30% because of the fall in the making of the renewable energy. Solar electricity also rates have come down recently. The next is that development of hydrogen infrastructure is slow and holding back widespread adoption. Just to simplify, I'll give you an example of, let's say I'll give you an example of the adoption of EV vehicles. So what are the problems? We do not have adequate charging station. So we do not have a market for supply of hydrogen for running our cars. We do not have available cars for running it. We do not have rules and regulations that are in place to drive or to run on hydrogen. So there is no development of hydrogen infrastructure. There is no ecosystem as such when we talk about the hydrogen economy. And therefore, there is no question of adoption at this point. It is at a very nascent stage. Then, hydrogen is almost entirely supplied from natural gas and coal. So that I've already told you. And when we do it, this is not a clean hydrogen. It is basically we are using electricity for electrolysis. We are using electricity that is made from thermal energy, power plants. So power plants have caused pollution. Even if your hydrogen that you use, if it does not cause pollution, the thermal power plant did cause. So basically the pollution is transferred over here. So this is a concern. Next, as I already said, that regulations do not exist at this point of time. So regulations, when it comes, it could be about the combustion of hydrogen, the safety standards with respect to fuel cells, or about storage. So those standards have to be set and defined clearly. And in this regard, I would like to tell you that there was a recent BRICS summit on green hydrogen, where the government of India made a case of having a unified standards across the BRICS as well as the world, which will enable easier storage and transportation of hydrogen. Now coming to suggestions. First, it says that hydrogen, for promoting hydrogen ecosystem, we can focus on industrial ports. Why? The ports, many of the ports, especially in the Saudi, the ports also have industries associated with refineries, chemical industries and fertilizers, and they require hydrogen. They are already consuming hydrogen. So we can push the industries to purchase green hydrogen. I hope this is clear. The hydrogen that is made from renewables. So that can be done. And then we can also use the ports for refueling of hydrogen based ships. We can have those ships that are powered by hydrogen fuel. We can incorporate that. And ports can also be centers of transportation of hydrogen across the world. So the infrastructure should first come at the industrial ports, and that will be highly beneficial. Then we need to build on existing infrastructure. If long distance transport of, let's say for long distance transport of natural gas, that already exists, the pipelines are there. So the same can be used or can be augmented for the transport of hydrogen gas. And that could be given to the industries, or it could be supplied at the petrol pumps, existing infra. So petrol pumps to the end consumers. So that can be done. Then there is a need to expand and actually push the automobile sector to incorporate hydrogen in transport through fleets, freights, and corridors. And lastly, to launch the hydrogen trades, to basically promote international trade in hydrogen sector, just as it was done in the case of liquefied natural gas. We already have an experience of transportation and trade of LNG across the globe. So this can be the same learnings can be incorporated when we talk about the hydrogen gas. Now coming to India and its own love story with hydrogen. So when we talk about India, India has been focusing on the hydrogen sector quite recently, actually, not very long, but quite recently. And it is believed that this hydrogen economy, basically it was the petroleum minister, and he said that hydrogen has a scope of being growth centric, industry friendly, as well as environmental conscious. So I've just brought out this point so that it can help you in better phrases for your answers. Now, hydrogen economy, there was a summit, basically, Hydrogen Economy, New Delhi Dialogue 2021, basically to create awareness. And there was this petroleum ministers of ours, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, there were various industrialists, and they were talking about how hydrogen can be incorporated into the economy. So it basically showcases the urgency or the priority of the government in promoting a hydrogen-based economy. Second, the budget 2021, it introduced a new scheme known as National Hydrogen Mission. The task being preparing a roadmap for a hydrogen economy. In other words, to create an ecosystem for hydrogen-based economy. Then, to have, in this scheme only, to have purchase obligations for hydrogen. So this should be for refineries, fertilizer industries, and chemical industries. And Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, he also said that there are certain pilot projects being run on encouraging hydrogen. So pilot projects on blue hydrogen, as I said, it is from making of the hydrogen from natural gas, blending of hydrogen with the CNG gas, and supply of green hydrogen. Now this is being done, and there are certain buses that are running in Delhi, about 50 buses are there which are running on hydrogen fuel. And then there is a prime minister, and he has this, that knack of having this catchy slogans and things. So here he says that Prime Minister Modi, he has emphasized that in the new energy map, basically how India will transition from a fossil fuel based economy to a different economy or renewable based economy. So he says of this, hydrogen is one of the key drivers for the energy transition. So moving towards a cleaner or a more environment friendly economy. So this is all we have in this particular topic, that is hydrogen economy. And we have covered this topic in a very comprehensive and a detailed manner. Thank you for streaming into IAS Primers. You're watching this with me, Shubhashish Singh Rehal. Bye bye, take care, and all the best for your exam.